What's up, team? Nsima, Inyang here. Now, you have noticed that in this new training cycle, I'm actually utilizing front squat a lot. What a lot of people do, right, because the front rack position tends to be really difficult to get into and kind of, just stressful to kind of get yourself ready for, is they'll use this position, the position that isn't really good for a front squat. You really shouldn't do. You should try to get yourself into a front rack position. So, some tips for this, and mind you, I'm a 265-pound dude with really big arms. I have a lot of meat in my forearms, I have a lot of meat in my shoulders and back, but I'm still able to get myself into this position really, really well. Now, this video is going to focus on the wrists and the forearms, although I'll make other videos about maybe the shoulders and the lats, because those can be limiting factors for getting yourself into this kind of position. What I do, and I used to do this for a longer time in the beginning, and what you should do is you should set yourself up in a position where you are stretching out the wrist. Now, if you're new to front squats and you have problems with this, you should probably do this maybe once every 2 days or every other day for 3 to 4 minutes. You should hold both of these positions. When you start getting better with getting this set up, you don't have to do it as much. I still do it maybe about a minute or a minute and a half before I get set up before front squats. But what you will do is you will get yourself a bench, a seat, or even the floor. And you're first gonna set up so that your fingers are facing away from you. All right, then what you're gonna do is you're gonna try and get your forearm right above your wrist. Keep your fingers flat on the ground. Don't let your wrist leave the ground. And you're going to try and push your forearm towards your fingers, which are facing away from you. You're gonna bring as much pressure as you can to the forearm, then try and stretch this out as much as possible. Secondarily, what you wanna do is you wanna add a little bit of twist to that. So you wanna be twisting the forearm while keeping the wrist stationary. The wrist has a lot of small muscles and small bones in there, and you kind of want to loosen things up in there, which is why you do this, all right? Secondarily, what you'll do from there is you'll set up in a similar position, but the hand will face you this time, all right? And you're trying to do the same exact thing. You're trying to decrease the angle of your forearm to your wrist, all right? So again, you're gonna decrease the angle from your forearm to your wrist. You're gonna twist, utilize a twisting motion just to loosen up everything in the wrist area. And that'll help you so that you have more mobility in the wrist, and it's easier and less painful to set your wrist up in the front rack position. Secondary, thirdly, let's talk about the forearms. Now, the forearms tend to be really tight muscles for a lot of people, and they also are a limiting factor for people setting up for the front squat. And an easy way, other than this, which actually stretches out the forearm and the wrist, what I just showed you, another way to loosen up the forearms is to grab like a lacrosse ball or any type of small mobility ball and just pound the shit out of it. Roll on it, bring as much pressure to the muscles within the forearm, try and loosen things up, and then that will help you so that these two segments that set up for the front rack position are a lot easier to set up. Now, like I mentioned, there are a lot of other things that are limitations for setting up in the front rack positions, but these are two things that'll make these two areas easier to set up. All right, other videos about the front rack position are gonna be coming soon. This is Nsima Inyang from Break the Bar. If you have any questions about what I talked about today, about the wrists or the forearms, do let me know, all right? And other than that, I will talk to all of you very, very soon.